Begin, though, with some truly sad and shocking news about Senator and former presidential candidate John McCain. CNN chief medical correspondent Dr. Sanjay Gupta joins us now. Sanjay, what have you learned?
With Senator McCain's permission, I spoke to his doctors at the Mayo Clinic earlier today, and they said that operation that he had on Friday revealed that he has a glioblastoma. That is an aggressive type of brain cancer. That was what was causing his problems, what they operated on right above his left eye, as you may remember, Anderson. This is a type of primary brain cancer. They didn't know. They just found this out after the pathologist looked under the microscope specifically at what was removed there from his brain, and that is what they found. As you point out, it's sad news. This is an aggressive type of brain cancer, and I think surprised everybody, Anderson.
I mean, what more can you tell us about this? Just to repeat, this is you were given this information or permission by the senator or by his family in order to broadcast this?
Yeah, with his permission, I spoke to the doctors. They asked that I talk to the doctors, get all this information about precisely what happened. We know that on Friday morning, he went to the doctors basically for a scheduled annual physical exam. He was complaining a bit of fatigue and said he's been feeling tired over the last few months. He also had a bout of double vision. But because of those things, his doctors basically decided to order a CAT scan of his brain. Again, this is all Friday that this happened. And then was that CAT scan and then a subsequent MRI scan of the brain that revealed this abnormality. Again, it looked like a blood collection. But it was concerning enough that urgently, within the next couple of hours, the doctors took him to the operating room. They performed this incision, as you heard again, right in the left eyebrow area, removed some bone and removed this. They believe they removed the entire tumor that they could see from that area of the left front of his brain. This is a glioblastoma. Again, that's what that showed. Some people may have heard this term before, but glioblastoma is the same type of tumor that Senator Kennedy had several years ago, that Beau Biden had last year, that we've heard about. It is an aggressive type of brain cancer. So Senator McCain and his family are just now dealing with this news and trying to decide next steps in terms of treatment and all of that. But he is at home. Anderson, he was able to go home the next day after surgery. He had a very rapid recovery. The doctors told me that after he woke up from the anesthesia, he was very alert, very sharp, was able to tell you what year it was. He was making jokes with the recovery room staff. But again, it takes a few days for these diagnoses to come back because the pathologist actually has to review it, and this is what they found, Anderson.
What are the potential next steps?
Well, this is one of those types of tumors that it doesn't have a particular cure. There's not a type of treatment that you can say is going to likely lead to cure. The types of treatments typically are a combination of chemotherapy and radiation to that part of his brain. This is a discussion that I'm sure Senator McCain and his family are going to have with doctors as exactly how to proceed and also when to proceed. Just recovering from this operation, as you and I have talked about, can take a couple of weeks. But even to begin this sort of therapy, radiation therapy, chemotherapy, they got to wait usually 3 to 4 weeks at least until after the operation. He had that operation in Arizona. That is at the Mayo Clinic there. That's likely where he's going to get his follow-up treatment.
So I'm sorry, this is a dumb question, but I mean, is this a tumor or is it more than that?
This is a tumor. It is a type of brain tumor. It's a tumor that comes from the brain as opposed to types of tumors that start somewhere else in the body and spread to the brain. This started in his brain. The people were concerned about the melanoma having spread because he does have a history of melanoma, but this was not melanoma. This was a primary tumor of the brain. It is a type of cancer, a malignant cancer. And what that means in this case is that you operate on this, it needs to be treated as well with chemotherapy and radiation. The concern is that it will come back. That's the big concern with these types of tumors. And again, in order to try and give him the best chance at that, it is likely that he'll undergo some further treatments over the next several weeks.